Okay, today's episode is one that I've tried to record over 10 times, and I keep re-recording it because I don't think it's good enough. The subject for today is the worst coaching call ever. I hope you get a lot of value out of today's session.
Cowboy.
Welcome to a daily dose of greatness quest with your host, Trevor Crane, my daddy. He is going to help you take your life and business to the next level.
Here I come to save the day.
Trevor Crane here, 11-time #1 best-selling author and the founder of Epic Author Publishing, coming to you live every day so you can plug in every day to build your ideal business so you can live your ideal life.
If my daddy can do it, then anybody can do it because he's a weirdo.
You're supposed to make me sound cool.
I can't remember the last time that I recorded and then re-recorded and then re-recorded an episode. But today's episode has been that. I don't get it. It's been over an hour since I've been trying to record this thing, and it's only supposed to be a 10-minute podcast. So I'm excited about this because it's new, it's fresh territory for me, and it's something I'm sharing with you that makes me feel uncomfortable, which is unique. Typically, I'm pretty happy to share with you my successes, my failures, my journey, and just about anything. And today has just felt awkward. And it's felt awkward because I had a coaching call that didn't go well. And here is what I just discovered. So this is only like in the last couple of minutes because I've been fretting about this and trying to record this for over an hour, like I just said. Multiple episodes. I've even saved some of them, like some I just deleted because I thought they were so miserable. I've saved others. But here's the thing. You are going to go out, and this is what I did, okay? I went out and I had a coaching call. And I did the best I possibly could, like I always do. I'm sure you do the best you can do always, or you try, or you really aspire to, right? And it's certainly, if you're in a position where you get the chance to help other people, you do the best you can. And this is what I did. I prepared, I showed up, and I coached my ass off. I did what I typically do. I try to ask phenomenal questions. I said try, because I do my best to ask phenomenal questions. I'm present. I put my heart and soul into what I do. And I gave everything I could with 100% presence to try to help the person I coached today. And guess what happened? It sucked. Like I just didn't feel it. I felt awkward and uncomfortable. And it wasn't all a bad call. But by the end, I just felt yucky. And we got off the session. And I've been feeling bad about it. And I've been trying to come up with my lessons about it for you. And maybe I didn't connect well. And maybe there are expectations that weren't met, and maybe they wanted this, and maybe that, and maybe you should go where you're celebrated and not where you're tolerated, and I was talking to the wrong person, and all this malarkey. But here's what I just realized. You know what? Sometimes you're going to knock it out of the park. If you've ever played baseball, and I did a little bit when I was at least a little kid, they throw the pitch in, and sometimes you hit it, and sometimes you swing and you miss, and sometimes you hit a home run. And sometimes you strike out. And this was one where I did everything I possibly could to win, and I didn't. You know? And the person that I coached, I don't know exactly how they feel. It wasn't like it was all bad. We definitely made progress. But I'm just sharing with you, here's my lesson that I just got it. Sometimes you're gonna swing for the fences and you're gonna miss. And that's okay. That's my lesson today, is that when you try your hardest, and see, I did put my heart and soul in. I did try. I've been even trying to just tell you about how sucky this call was so that I could give you a lesson in it. And the lesson is sometimes you just suck. Or sometimes it's a bad connection and you're just not talking to the right person. Or sometimes it's Thursday and you know what? You didn't connect Thursday. I don't know why. It's the same thing of when you're in a room and you deliver a joke, and it's a joke you've told before that brought down the house, and you think this is going to be so hilarious, and you go to tell your joke and you do it and there's crickets. That for one reason or another, you don't get the feedback that you're looking for. I saw Tony Robbins do this one time, and he was speaking to me and a small group of people that were volunteering at one of his events. And what he often likes to do is he likes to practice and prepare. Now, the man has been on stage in front of millions of people, literally, and he's been traveling around the world speaking literally, for like 30 plus years. Like he has got so much practice, but he still decides to practice his content. And so he met with us for an hour or two and he was delivering his content and he killed it. Like he presented some information and we just were enthralled and we loved the shit out of it. And he got applause and he got jokes and we laughed when he told jokes and we cried when he won. I mean, it was amazing. And then I saw him present the same information in this seminar room with thousands of people in the room. And for some reason, his jokes didn't land. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't great. Like it was great in the previous room. And for some reason, with the thousands of people there, it just didn't land. And here's what I just learned. Okay, just learned it. That's okay. Like that's okay. I remember when I was playing baseball. At one stage, I was pretty quick when I was in high school. I was playing baseball, and the baseball coach was telling us before the game, we'd gotten on one of the school buses and we drove to the game. It was an away game, so we drove there, and he stopped us and he was giving us a pep talk in the school bus, and he said, I want to make some announcements. We're going over some stats, and it just so happens that, and he was acknowledging different people's stats, and he said, Trevor Crane has the number one best batting average on the team. He has never struck out or gotten out. Like he's always gotten on base. Every time he has shown up, and like I was batting 1,000 or whatever you call that. And I didn't even know. Like I didn't know that I was doing the best. And I was so proud of myself and a little embarrassed. I had no idea. And he also said Trevor is also gotten the most stolen bases because I was pretty quick. And so I was leading the team in stolen bases and I was leading the team in batting average. Now he kind of jinxed me. And it's not his fault, but what was amazing is that day for the first time I struck out and I got out and I struck out and I got out. And by the end of the season, that was about halfway through the season, for some reason, I just had this bad streak. I had a good streak when everything was awesome and I had a bad streak. And I'll tell you what, when I was striking out, I felt like I was a big frickin' loser. And I think that's how we feel. Sometimes we're high when we win and we're low when we lose. But this is one that it wasn't even miserable. It was just I didn't feel good in my stomach, and I'm accustomed to feeling really good after a coaching call. And here's what I learned just now, and also what I realized when I was playing baseball. Okay, I didn't want to go. It felt really yucky being on an emotional roller coaster of I felt great if I got on base, and I felt like a loser if I didn't. I am not a winner, and I am not a loser just whether or not I get on base. And sometimes we're going to win and sometimes we're going to lose. And sometimes we're going to feel like we're on top of the world and sometimes we're not. And this is a day that I feel not. And holy shit, I feel so much better that after the umpteen times I tried to record today's episode, I finished this one with something that I think is a valuable lesson for you. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and that's okay. And in fact, I feel freaking great now that I've had the opportunity to talk through it, and I failed miserably for the first dozen times I tried to record this, but now I connected with you because I finally did get a freaking lesson out of it. It's okay. I tried my best. You know, when I was a little kid, I tried to get on base. And it so happened that I ended up that season with leading the team in strikeouts. I went from not having one strikeout, the only person on the team, to leading the team by the end of the season. I don't know if you jinxed me or not, but I also did not keep my stolen base record. Someone else, because I never got on base because I was striking out all the time. So here's the thing. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Either way, it's okay. My challenge for you today is if you feel yourself like you get kicked in the dick, which I felt like a little bit today, maybe just talk your way through it. Like I did. I was trying to authentically connect with you at a time that I was losing and not feeling good. And maybe I should have just kept the first episode up of but I was just rambling. It wasn't even that I don't mind sharing it with you. It was just that it was such a rambling mess of confusion. And so maybe talk it through, because I talked it through to myself. I had a little silent time of meditation to learn from it. I wrote notes about it. And finally, I talked myself through it to where now I don't feel so bad. And I just feel good because I came up with a lesson. So I think maybe that's my challenge, is if I don't learn something from it, if I don't feel like I've grown, I struggle. And in this case, I feel like I did grow. And I feel like I did learn something. And my lesson is it's okay. You don't have to win every single time. And the fact that I gave everything I had and I tried my hardest and I gave my heart and soul, you know what? I think it's okay. And my challenge for you is to take a time, if you do feel like you fail, to talk yourself through it, to find the lesson, to get the learning, and then move on. It's okay to fail. It's okay if you don't win every single time. And that's all I got for you today. I look forward to sharing with you some episodes that are happier, where I'm going to be telling you about celebrations and whatnot. I learned a few other things from this lesson that I'll probably take into our new episode. So I want you to tune in because I've got some cool stuff for you. If you like today's episode, please give me some love on iTunes. And if you don't like it, hey, this is one of those times that I failed. And guess what? That's okay. Have a good one.
To get even more awesomeness, which means all my best stuff, download my app by texting Trevor to 36260. It will show up right on your cell phone. Just text message the word Trevor to 36260. Talk to you soon.